What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because you're going to want to stay and see these formations and tactics that we have for you, and hit that thumbs button while you're at it. Anyway, we have a nice counter-attacking formation to counter those threats in Team of the Season that you're going to come up against, and as you can see in front of you, we are coming up against one of those type of opponents right now in a 4-3-3, full beast mode, full on attack, left back and right back bombing forward, not giving me any space, any time on the ball, totally out pressuring me. But look at that pass. This is what this formation will give you. It will give you options, it will give you passing options, and it will totally destroy the meta, and it will totally destroy what your opponent is trying to achieve. And I'll explain a little bit more later on in the video on what I mean by that, but for now, just take a look at this gameplay in front of you. We're 3-2 down, we go 3-3. At this point in time, we're sticking with the formation. We're sticking with the custom tactics that I've created, along with my son, to make sure that we're getting the best out of it. And just from here, we just go from strength to strength with this formation. And yeah, Tots is in full swing. So we're coming up against some nice players, and we also have some nice players as well that you will see later on in this video. But again, we're coming up against a guy that is using a 4-3-3. I say a guy, could be a girl. But yeah, we look at that 5-3 from 3-3 to 5-3, and then from here we just keep going and going and going. And our opponent cannot cope with what we are doing. He doesn't know if we're going to go short. He doesn't know if we're going to go wide. He doesn't know if we're going to go long. He hasn't a clue what we're trying to do, and he hasn't got a clue how to defend against it. And you can see here he's struggling for passing. He's only playing one way. We're not. And again, I'll explain all this later on in the video, but you can see from here we're not giving it up. The press is on. We get a nice ball, edge of the box, boom, 6-3. From a 3-3 situation to a 6-3, and I'll explain how we do that soon. I cannot praise this formation enough, if I'm honest. I scored so many goals. The game clips that I'm showing you were all back-to-back game clips, and we scored in excess of 15-16 goals in those few games, and we conceded probably 4-5 goals in that moment as well. We went up a couple of divisions. We were just winning beyond belief, and this was also being used on the PS4 as well. So simultaneously we were doing the tactics on the PS5 and the PS4, so it does work on both gens, does work on both consoles, which is always an added bonus for you guys that are still on the old gen. There's not much you can really say in terms of, it's not a complicated formation at all. I mean, that was quite a lucky goal. You don't have to overcomplicate things at all. We have some nice gameplay clips coming up where we're just using one touch to get from our box to our opponent's box, and we're scoring goals. It is so simple. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to go through 3 or 4 different players. You don't have to go to the wing to cut inside, to go back outside again, or hit long shots or anything like that. I mean, this is that holding midfield player right there that gets in on that goal, and who runs from deep, and that is a player that AI doesn't pick up. So yeah, I mean, we've got Vitinha in there, so anybody with good shooting, anybody with good stamina, anybody with good pace is good enough for that DM position. But again, you can see here, when your opponent overcommits, you're always 3v2, and not only that, you've still got your defensive setup as well, so you're not out of position or anything like that, which is pretty nice as well. And again, none of this is complicated. You can see here we're waiting for a runner comes in, we give it back to him back on inside the box, and it is a finesse shot. There's nothing more to it, it's just simple passing, it's not complicated. You don't have to, it's like muscle memory, if you like. You just need to remember to pass the ball, like here for example. Again, we've got 2 or 3 runners in the box. It's so simple. It is so simple, and that is what I love about this 4-2-3-1 setup that we've got here. Is the simplicity of it is ridiculous. And Lala out muscling Vinny Jr. there is, Lala's a free card, by the way. If you've done the premium pass, I did the premium pass, of course I did. But again, you can see here it's a 2v4, and we'll wait for the runner, he's coming in late, and boom, we get the goal. And once they engage you in that position, it's very difficult to pick up a runner. And a lot of people are still, and I don't know why a lot of people are still using the AI to defend from. They're like switching late, hoping the AI can nick the ball. AI will not nick the ball. It's not that intelligent. You have to be pretty quick and have to defend yourself if you want to stop that. And this is the problem with a lot of FC25 players. They do rely heavily on the AI. But of course, it benefits people like us guys. If people want to use the AI defence, that's fine. We can exploit that and we can make each other. Look at this. This is one-touch football from my goalkeeper to the forward. He split. He didn't know what to do there, and then that Luke de Jong card is a pretty nice card. So let's stop chatting and let's show you how I've got it set up. So the formation you see in front of you is the perfect attacking formation, I think, in my opinion, especially over tops, because you're going to come up against some extremely sweaty players, and I will have shown you an example of the type of sweat that I was talking about at the start of this video. And it was a 4-3-3 user, and the pressure and the right back and left back were set to attack. And yeah, they just want to get you out of that game as quickly as possible. So, what better way to deal with that situation than a counter-attacking formation? And that is what this 4-2-3-1-2 wide gives you. And it's perfect. And yes, we have some nice tops players in here now. So Jerky is a nice player, if I can highlight him there. I mean, what a player that is. And then Vitinha, DM, I think he's a little bit too small for DM. I think CM is about right for him. Lala is just, he's old school, isn't he? He's what we used to, like back in the day. He was the go-to French player that we had in our squad. And Karchau here is, for example, is a team of the year player, is a pretty decent player as well. But I still cannot find a better striker than Mbappe. Mbappe is just a be-all and end-all to me. I mean, he is such a crazy good player. 240 matches, 165 goals, 135 assists. He gives you absolutely everything you need, and yeah, I can't get him out of my team. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. I'm going to show you how I've got this set up. So it's a 4-2-3-1 wide formation, so you will get your LMs and RMs in there, which is pretty nice. Build-up style is balanced, don't need anything more than that. And defensive approach is 70 high. Now, the reason we do the 70 high is because of the sweatiness that is going on in FC25 at this point in time. We do not want to be caught out. We want to be counter-attacking. We don't want to be caught out. That is why we have it set that way. Player roles. This is, yeah, you might have done this before, you might not have, I'm not quite sure, but left back and right back are unbalanced, and full back. Don't touch them, leave them alone. In actual fact, leave your whole back five alone. You don't need to mess around with that at all. One of your DMs, I have him on deep line playmaker because I have Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer is amazing at that. He can carry the ball forward. He's quick. He's agile. He does what I need to. Then, yeah, the other DM, again, Vitinha, not quite sure he's a holding player for me, but I use him as kind of a playmaker, so that is why I have him in there. And then, of course, you can leave alone playmaker balance. Wide players, inside forward, balanced. That's all you need for them. And then attackers advance forward. And it's a very compressed formation. When you've got the ball, it's very compressed. But what you would have loads of space on the wings. So utilise that as your counter-attacking option. Spread the ball out to the wings. Go left to right, right to left. You will be surprised how many times you catch their left back and right back out of position, and you'll be through on goal every time. And if you watch the gameplay clips, the very first game that I showed you, you would see that game was a sweat fest. It went 3-3, and then from there, boom, we get to grips with the game. We use the formation to our advantage, and before you know it, we're a couple of goals up, and our opponent is literally, what they try to do is they try to put all their eggs in one basket, and they try to beat you within minutes of the game starting, because they don't want to play the full 90 minutes. They just want to get through it as quickly as they possibly can, get the wins. They don't care how they get it. So when you do come up against players like that, ultimately you're going to get them to quit. Once you go 2-3-0 up, or you go from a 2-2-3-3 situation, and then you get a couple of goals up, they're going to quit on you. It's inevitable, especially over tots, because they want to get it done quickly. And with the sheer amount of stuff that is available to do, the FutChamps, the rivals, the squad battles, the cup games, everybody just wants to get through it so quickly. So that is why the counter-attacking formation is probably the best way to go at this point in time, in my opinion. So there is your code. I'll leave that with you. definitely give this one a go, guys. I promise you will not regret it. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. That would be amazing. Hit that thumbs up button too. That would also be brilliant. And yeah, I can't wait to show you what we've got going forward, what we've got planned going forward with the formations, the tactics, some of the players we're hoping to get as well. So stay tuned for that. You definitely want to subscribe for that. And until next time, everybody take care and look after themselves.